good morning, and welcome to Weekends with Whitney. We come to you this morning from the world-famous House of Blues. They have music like no place else, but on Sunday mornings, they do gospel like no one else. Come on, let's go inside and check it all out. People pour in from all over the world. It's a packed house every Sunday morning for this gospel music brunch. There's as much soul in the food as there is in the music. That's Linda Wright, lead singer and hostess. Her journey from the streets to the stage is as powerful as her voice. And look who shared the stage with her, our own Dr. Nick. I'll show you why. But we begin with a Sunday morning celebration at the House of Blues. That is a bit music and a bit church, all rolled into one. Linda Wright is lead vocalist and ringleader of the New Orleans House of Blues Gospel Brunch every Sunday morning.
When you're chosen to come here to sing, it's an honor, it's a privilege to have the world at your feet on Sunday morning. And technically that's what we have. That's what God told me. He said, Linda, I placed the whole world at your feet on Sunday morning. Give them your best.
The world hasn't always been her stage. The road to get here was full of detours. She remembers singing as early as she can talking. She formed her own group at 13 years old and sang with other groups too throughout the French Quarter. Then she shocked almost everyone and joined the Navy. What in the world took you to the Navy? Were you looking for a lot of men?
No, but that would have been a good reason, But at the time, I knew I didn't want to stay just here. My parents had a little bit of money, not a lot, but I didn't want to bother them about letting me see the rest of the world. So,
what did you do in the Navy?
I got in trouble most of the time. Not too much though. I was a yeoman, and I helped people get their passes. And when you was AWOL, I'm the one that would report that you weren't in place, But I was lucky enough to meet my first husband when I was in the military, and he kind of like, after my 4 years was up, says, okay, now that's enough, follow me, because I'm the man of the house. And my mother always told me, be respectful of your man, and so I did. Although I wish I hadn't listened sometimes, but it wasn't a bad choice.
She came home to New Orleans after the Navy and fell back into music. She was a church music director and later went on tour with the Gospel Music Group. But a few years later, her life spiraled out of control when she tried the drug crack. It now had control.
Did exactly what they called crack. They cracked my life in all kinds of pieces.
Yeah.
I lost everything, I was almost to the point of losing my kids. My mom was just about to take my kids away from me. I would keep going until I had no more money, no more nothing. I was trying to figure out another way to get it, and my bottom was when I sold me. And when I got back to my house, my mom was there, and she said, I heard about it. And just that quickly, she knew what I had done. And she took me in the house, locked me up, and put 2 buckets in the room with me. And I went into recovery. I think I was in recovery almost a year, and then I relapsed, And this time when she came back with a gun to kill me, because she said, I can't, I don't know you. And she just stood there, and I told her, I said, girl, go ahead on and shoot me. Because I don't think I can beat this.
Instead, the next day, her mom took her back to rehab.
And I've been clean ever since,
Wow.
And I was ready by that time. You can't do it till you're really ready.
She's been clean now for 25 years.
Used to say, I'm almost glad to be a recovering addict. I thank the Lord for what he did, because in recovery we've learned to not judge people for where they are, but to accept them for where they are. You know, that I can't change nobody, absolutely nobody. And that's what happens with us as people. We always want to change people. Yeah, so we do that, you know. But I found in recovery, I don't have to change nobody but me. I got all the power over here. And when I change me, I can change everything around me.
Her house and her heart are an open door for any addict who wants to clean up their act.
You know, that's my ministry. God gave that to me to help my people.
Sunday's Gospel Brunch is a ministry of Linda's too. In lifting her voice, she lifts others, sometimes right out of their seat.
Our guests, our family on Sunday morning, the best experience that they possibly can get, you know, and that they can go home and feel good, deal with the issues that they're dealing with. You know, if I can give them a word, you don't have to believe in my religion. That's okay. It's not about religion. It's about me giving you something that you can live with when you leave. And there are a lot of people that comes here that's dealing with issues. Children, husbands, friends, on their job, you know, just the economy today, all that. They're dealing with all that. So if I can just tell you to relax a little bit and let God take care of it, you know, I've been there, I know what you're going through. And if your God don't work, like I say, use mine while you're here.
She shares her stage too, inviting up the audience.
On my stage, everybody's a star. Every last one of us.
On this Sunday, after a little goading from me, Dr. Nick hit the stage too. Linda's commanded the stage for 10 years now. She's in charge of spreading gospel any way she wants.
I want it to be a gateway for other gospel singers and artists and dancers and mime people, whoever's in the gospel world. I want to introduce the world to gospel in all forms.
Linda cuts loose, lets go, and has as much fun as her audience. For those who can't come marching in, she goes to them, especially seniors. We caught up with her Thursday in Baton Rouge. She brought sunshine and song to folks in Sunrise at Segan.
I'll go anywhere. Yeah, I don't care if it's Houston, Catalina, Texas, where you want me to come. If I've got a way to get there, I'm coming. You know, and the thing is, I don't have no set price for coming. If you want me to come, I'm coming. You know, if you got a donation, fine. If you don't, I'm still good. I'm coming. You want me to come, I'm gonna be there.
I'm under your spell, like a sister in a trance. But I know darn well I don't stand a chance. Unchain my heart, baby. Baby, let me go. Unchain my heart, yeah.
There's no better feeling than to see the faces of those people when you play them some music. And I don't do gospel for them.
You don't?
No, I do music. Baby, we do a little At Last.
Oh, it's just so gorgeous, by the way.
Thank
Bravo.
you. Thank you. We do Unforgettables. You know, oh, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. If I got to do that, some of them old guys in the nursing home, they wake up their head, they go like, I mean, hey, that's cool. That means I've taken you from this space and brought you up to this space, even if it's just doing that song. You know, so we do country, old school, all of it, you know. The Lord told me to sing. He said, remind them of the wonderful life I've given them. Yes, gospel is good, but too many gospel groups go in and they sing all the most sad songs. And you don't have to tell me I'm leaving, I know. You know I'm like 80, 70, 90 years old. I know I'm leaving out the door. You ain't got to get me that close to Jesus. I'm still on this side, you know. I mean, you know. But the Lord told me to remind them, you know, so I'll do Unforgettable. That's what you are. And I'll see a face going around, her head turning, see a smile, and I say, okay, thank you. Using me to give that to them.
At 65 years old, Linda's still unstoppable. She was born that way.
Hey, girl, did they tell you I was born in a car?
No,
Yeah.
tell me.
I've been on the move ever since.
Those wheels keep rolling.
Yeah, I just keep on rolling. But my dad told my mom not to go to Lottie, Louisiana, not to go that weekend. And she says, oh, no, I'm gone. She went all right. And then I said, I'm coming too. And I decided that I would come on her way back in the back seat of her car.
She's in the driver's seat now. Her first solo album, All This Love, is in high demand. And so are the seats every week to her world-famous House of Blues Sunday Gospel Brunch. It's where two things Louisiana's famous for, music and food, fuse into a heavenly creation of celebration. The Gospel Brunch is so popular, it is sold out most Sundays. So if you want to go, be sure to get your tickets in advance. You can go to the House of Blues website to do that. And I wish we had a great Gospel Brunch here in Baton Rouge. So for all of you restaurant owners and those of you who work there, here's your challenge. Maybe, if not every Sunday, at least maybe one Sunday of the month, somebody could come together and do a Sunday Gospel Brunch. I'm sure it will be a hit. And still to come, Dr. Nick explores the magic and the mystery of gospel music, why it's so powerful, and why its roots touch us so deeply.
Maggio, the only way to go. Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River, here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
9-time winner of the prestigious Buick GMC Mark of Excellence Award. One good thing about music is when you hear it, you feel no pain. A quote from Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Dr. Nick joined
Good
us this morning with more. Good morning. Great quote.
Great quote, and particularly well designed for gospel music. What an experience that was.
And you were
Thank
fabulous
very
on stage.
the best time. I didn't care if I won. You know, which maybe says something about gospel music again. It's just so powerful, Whitney. It's just so powerful.
And universal, even though it's not either
Yes,
one of our,
yes.
it's not our history.
Yeah, well, you know, I said we need to make a disclaimer.
It's the African American
We're not African American, but still, you know, I can appreciate the power of gospel and how engaging and how emotionally charged it is. I remember hearing once a great preacher said that a sermon should have intellectual stimulation, but emotional stimulation as well, that there must be both. And that's not to say that there's necessarily an error on the side of gospel music, but it is by far more emotional
Yes.
than your European kind of the music we really grew up with.
Absolutely.
You know, in white America.
Right, right. In the hymnals, traditional hymnals.
The traditional hymnals.
Much different music. But I love that there were people from all over the world at the House of Blues.
Yes.
And everyone connected
Yes.
through that gospel music.
Yes, and I think that what draws that universal appeal is the aspect of praise and worship. It's primarily geared towards praise, and while Christians focus on that it's Christian praise, I think universally everyone is appealed to that and drawn into it because we all desire to worship, and we all by nature worship. Mm-hmm. We have a need to, I guess is what there is a human need to worship, to stop and just praise and take ourselves out of the structure. And gospel music does that. Didn't you find that you were lost in it?
Oh, completely.
It's not a spectator sport. It's you are engaged. You're in it. She brought us in.
Yes, and loved anyone to sing. Because you're right, it would almost be impossible not to start singing.
Yes, and clapping and stomping the feet. You know, my brother and a sister-in-law were there that day with us.
And they were up all the time.
Basically traditional, conservative Catholic, but wonderful people. But I mean, they were, and I was watching them and thinking, this is the power of gospel. Mm-hmm. It just draws you in. It takes the whole body and pulls it. And I think you leave a lot better. By the way, I've been doing a lot of reading on how powerful it is for seniors, elders.
Really?
Particularly gospel because of the praise and the worship, and it decreases the anxiety and the fear. I mean, when you think about all that music that day, it was all upbeat.
It was.
It was all giving glory and giving gratitude and giving praise.
And for Linda, it was almost a sermon.
Yes. She did get into the preachy.
She's got some preacher in her.
She's got some preacher in her. And there's where I struggle a little bit, because I think sometimes the music can do it on its own, and we don't necessarily need for the but she was great. She was wonderful.
She really
was. She had us in the palm of her hand, and part of it was because it was so natural. It was just so natural, and it was so freeing, and it was so spirited. And I just loved it. And did you notice also, Whitney, how simple it was? And I want to make sure I'm talking simple as in not unintelligent. There's a simplicity because it's truly rooted in the spiritual, the Negro spiritual, and at the time, they couldn't read. Right. So they needed, as you said, you don't have a hymnal. You don't go to praise, to gospel with a hymnal. Now, sometimes they'll shoot it up on the screen, the refrain.
Right. But there is a lot of refrain in it.
Of course. And do you hear, there's that mantra. See, in the Catholic Church, it's the rosary. Mm-hmm. But in the African American gospel, it's that constant refrain. You know, of you've saved my life, or I live for you, or I glorify your name, O Lord.
And they could take a 3-minute song and turn it into a 12-minute song.
Yes. Now we know sometimes why the services last so long.
2 hours, they're singing.
I wanted to quickly tell you, which I think is much better than defining what happened. I don't know if I ever told you, I was in New York one weekend to go see some Broadway shows. Okay. Sunday morning, I wake up, throw on a sweatshirt, jeans, looking horrible.
I've seen you like that.
I wanted to go get a New York Times. Okay. So I walk down the street and I see all these people going into this building, which, by the way, I want you to think about the fact that there's something attracting them. There's nobody outside saying, come in. Okay. Okay? There's no promotion. Just people, throng, universal, all ages, all types, all colors, all kinds of clothing. And I looked and I said, something's going down.
And did you go?
And I walked in, and I bet you it was not 5 minutes later till the curtains opened, and there was a 45-piece orchestra and choir, and we praised for almost 50 minutes. Oh. And I remember when I dropped that $20 in the basket, I said, this is the best gig in town. And let me make that clear when I say best gig in town. There is an entertainment value to it, but it was the worship that drew me in.
Yes.
And the thousands of people that were there that drew me in and that I felt connected to. See, I get excited. You know how much I love gospel music.
Oh, right. And then to find
you
it in New
did
York
too.
City. Oh, I did.
You did too, but I walked out and said, this is the best gig.
Best $20 you'd spend on the trip, right?
All the other money that I spent on those big productions, and here it was. Just great praise.
Oh,
it was wonderful.
And the other thing I love about that story is that you saw something happening and you said, I'm going to follow. I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah.
And so many wonderful things in life happen in that way. That's why we ended up at the House of Blues. I was getting my hair cut, and she said, oh, you're going to be in New York on Sunday morning, go to the House of Blues Gospel. I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
And I was going to be there, and I said, ain't no way I'm being left out of this gig. No, then I get a chance to even go on stage. I'm trying to get a gig there now.
Oh, great.
They heard me.
And you were good. You were good. I love it. It's an experience, whether you go down and do the House of Blues Gospel Brunch or any other type of gospel, or you just go to a church, black or white, on a Sunday morning that is so embedded in music.
And very quickly, I don't want to make any judgment, but if people have never been, please go. Mm-hmm. Please go and have the experience. And what you really need to do, though, is challenge yourself a little bit to not get so staid.
Okay.
Shake it. Let the body move. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you've got rhythm. Right. Let the body move. There's an exercise and a rhythm to it, even without. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Don't
because I see people go to it and they're like, I don't know how to. It's like, just let it, whatever is comfortable. Mm-hmm. You don't have to get slain.
Right. Well, and look, and you don't even have to be able to sing. I am proof of that. I sang anyway.
That's good, Whitney.
Stirring for the soul.
But do you see now we're talking again about how universal it is? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's no grading.
Yes.
There's no bar.
Mm-mm. Well, I appreciate you sharing that experience with us.
Thank you, Whitney.
And with everyone else.
I want to go back to that place again.
We will. We will be there again. And I hope that everyone gets a chance to experience it.
Good. Great being with everyone. And remember, listening to music, there's no pain. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. We'll have more Weekends with Whitney right after this. Atlas Foundation Repair, fixing your foundation problems for more than 30 years while preserving and protecting your trees. Be sure to join us next week because we head to the Atchafalaya with world-renowned photographer Cece Lockwood. We hit the water with the famed photographer. He takes us to his favorite place in Louisiana and will show you the wild and wonderful things we discover. Plus, we catch up with John Cafferty of the Beaver Brown Band after his recent performance here. He tells us why his success is rooted in Louisiana. That's next Sunday, 9 a.m., right here on WBRZ for Weekends with Whitney. Have a great Sunday. This morning, we leave you with this.